my way of thinking. You started 6-2. All right, there were some good signs. You lost to Denver. Draymond didn't play. Then Draymond went a little loose at Cleveland. And then Draymond gets suspended and Steph misses 2 games.
Yeah.
I think you got to wait until Steph gets healthy and Draymond's suspension is over. Watch another couple of games.
But what if you're like you and I, Rick James, who said before the season tipped, we didn't see it.
Well, what do you mean?
You're saying the organization.
Talking about the organization.
Yeah, no doubt.
If the organization didn't see it, Draymond Green wouldn't be on the team.
They think this is. You're right. They need more time.
So here's my question
Steiny,
to you.
This is ugly.
Well, is it ugly or did they have a chance to win a bunch of the last couple games? Because you always say
it's ugly.
Well, then
it's ugly because guys are underperforming,
right,
and we don't know if they're coming back.
Well, then don't act like they've lost a couple heartbreakers that could have gone the other way.
Oh no, I would be doing what we did.
Well, you did it last night about Oklahoma City. We got to 1 with a quarter to go. Steiny, what happened? It's like it's the NBA.
No,
it's like as far as I'm concerned, and they got handled,
no doubt,
against Cleveland and Oklahoma City
and Minnesota.
And the first Minnesota game.
And now
I don't care if they were 1 with 10 minutes ago. It's the NBA.
In the kitchen sink on that one. Like, I was trying to be positive. But now OKC's looking at this game tomorrow. If there is no
So
Curry,
you didn't believe the games were close. You were trying to be positive.
Right, and I told Evan every time I thought, like, show me you're going to steal this game, Williams to the rack. They did. Teams are doing whatever they want offensively to the Warriors. Get this. When they need to do it. That's what I see. When they need to do it, they do it. And they're bailed out with a foul. It's a wide open 3, and it's one they hit. So you are right. I came in here with my offense ass talking about the offense, Steiny. This defense is getting cut and mollywopped. I'm watching it. So that's a concern. The perimeter D. We talked about that when Steph and Dre were here available.
Okay, how does Zach LaVine help that? Let's go to Mike in Hayward. Mike says, no, go ahead, Mike.
Mikey.
How you guys doing today? Everybody doing good?
Yep.
Yeah.
Okay, so this is what I think. I think it's too early samples to say what the words are going to do, don't do. But one thing I keep saying over and over, they're just too small. And they want to go with that idea of playing small and moving the ball and all that stuff like that. But they're paying a whole lot of money out, millions of dollars, and guys ain't hitting shots. Okay, so that means what? So like OKC, they took a hit for like 3 or 4 years and they rebuilt their team, but they went on and got some guys, young guys that could play. They didn't go get no Wiseman. All the guys they got worked out. So I'm just saying that it's kind of time for them to make a change. Now, I ain't talking about trading nobody, but I'm saying that they got a bunch of guards, but they don't have no big men. They don't have a shot blocker. We know that. But they can still rebound. So the only thing they're really missing is the shot blocker, right? And somebody can score a little bit in the paint to slow that stuff down. But they don't have that. So if they don't shoot well, same with the Lakers. When they played the Lakers last year in the semifinal, why did they lose? Because they didn't shoot well, right? Because they just didn't shoot well. So they're counting on the perimeter shooting. But I'm saying that at some point in time, now, you've been winning with that, but you might want to look at going a little bit bigger, okay?
Appreciate the call.
We've been saying that.
I mean, if they go bigger, then they're not as good. I
want to run something by you because I know you're my Hubie Brown. I'm your Mark Jackson. Hey, that was real quick about Mark Jackson. Remember the guy who recorded, he had the assistant coach with the Warriors, Irwin or it was that guy in New York. That's why he got fired. He's on the New York. He's assistant coach in New York. So that didn't go away. That's why Mark got, let go. I know you talked about the limitations of Jonathan Kuminga, but there are some upsides. I'm asking you this, Donnie, because we brought it up yesterday. Why don't they do more pick and roll with Kuminga then?
What positions he play in, the picker or the roller?
Both.
Well, one, he's not the most cerebral player. He doesn't read situations as well as veterans.
Oh, man,
and the Warriors play a lot of basketball by instinct.
Are you saying something else with the cerebral? Like what?
No, I'm not. I'm absolutely
is
not.
that basketball IQ?
Yes, absolutely.
Because Pajinski's got it. And I know he's a whole different. He's got it.
I don't know that he has it yet.
Talk to me.
Why would you say that he's got that?
Because it looks like that's part of his game. That bounce, just it's a bounce pass. But the first pass, he had an opportunity to give it to Looney. Like I was like, I told Evan, how many guys would just give him a right? Anyway. I just see that he's got a lot of it. It feels like
I see
to even get to this point.
I have not seen Pajemski play enough in big situations to have any idea of whether he's cerebral or not.
And I love you for saying that. You're saying you need to see it in big
I know he's athletic, but I don't know that he's cerebral. I do know that Kuminga, like the other thing, I'm not saying these guys aren't smart. I'm saying they happen to get drafted by a team that plays a different style than every other team in the league.
Oh, man.
And you know what? Plays a little and had played a little differently defensively than every other team, than a lot of other teams in the league. And so they didn't get on to the least sophisticated.
No, you're right.
Team. They got onto a team that really expects a lot of basketball instinct and know-how.
Like Hoosier, Steiny,
and then why did they draft Kuminga and Wiseman? And the one guy who's fitting in is the guy who played 1 year of college, who when he came out of college, they said is a pretty smart player. I'm talking about Moody. Yeah. I'm talking about Moody. Moody's not playing because he's athletic.
But
Moody's
how could
playing
that have been
smart.
overlooked though by the Warriors if you were going to roll the dice on a Trey Lance with Kuminga? Because you know,
ask Bob Myers, ask Joe Lacob. I don't know why they drafted Kuminga or Wiseman. And like I'm not saying I knew all this. I didn't know any of this, but what I'm saying now, looking back, is they drafted two guys who weren't really basketball players to come into the most sophisticated system that the NBA had to offer at that point. Now it's easy to look back and say, why did they take those guys who were so raw? Well, they took those guys who were, my way of thinking, they took those guys who were so raw because they thought their titles were pretty much done.
Wow.
And they thought that they had two guys with infinite upside. They might take a little longer, but you know what? It'll be worth it.
Let me read this to you before you go to the phone. From the land to hella.
Well, I shouldn't say neither could play.
All right. I got
Wiseman struggled.
From the land to hella, Steiny, you can't keep running split actions with slow non-shooters.
Yeah, it's true.
Wow.
Let's go to Pete in San Ramon.
He's back.
I get back to Pete. What's up, Pete? How you doing, man?
Hey, gents. Good afternoon. Well, good morning still. Spadonia and I have worked it out, so I appreciate that.
I love it.
What do you got, buddy?
So, I got two things. One is all the talk about trades and picks and stuff. You can pick your friends. You can pick your nose. You can't pick your friend's nose. It's going to be fine because last night we saw the debut in the NBA of Guy Santos and his first bucket. It's just all these kids just going to come along, going to be a whole lot better by the end of the year. I talked to Guy after the game last night.
Oh,
congratulations.
Oh, there you
go. How do you know Guy?
Yeah, get that drop ready. And his response was first of many.
Oh, so nice. Thanks, Pete. So you think Guy Santos? Yep, put him on his back.
From Brazil.
Let's put the Warriors on Santos's back. I like it.
It was good to see him.
I guess.
My daughter likes his hair.
Well, there you go.
95.7 The Game. Breaking news.
NFL news, gentlemen, as it pertains to the AFC. Per Ian Rappaport of NFL Network, Joe Burrow, Bengals starting quarterback, is out for the season with a torn ligament.
That's a great sport.
This is just a disaster. I saw when it happened, Stein, we were watching, and I was like, that's a UCL. So, dude.
You said UCL?
Yeah. Because Brock Purdy had it, and he tried to throw the ball on the sideline. My point is, we just lose as football fans. That's a kill. They're done. Well, they were 5-5 anyway, but they lost that game mainly because of him. Steiny, this is one of the best quarterbacks to do it, man.
Was.
We'll see if he
can bounce back.
Yeah.
May never be the same.
Yeah, different.
Man. I'm sorry, enough of the Kuminga slander. I don't have Kuminga slander.
And there was none at all.
I think Kuminga's fine. I think people expect him to be better than he is. with how little he knew.
Well, the thing is, how long are they going to wait? How long are they going to wait for, like, this?
They can wait forever. They have his contract. All right, they have all his rights.
It's forever good. That's not like a songwriter. Is forever good enough? Like,
I don't know.
They might need him to pop to get to.
Are you ready to put a deadline on him right now?
No, but I thought.
Well, then let him play. Like, seriously, like, is there some kind of test you're going to give him?
No. I did think he was going to be the successor to Draymond Green.
Okay.
And I thought Dre wasn't coming back. I'm being honest.
Okay,
and I thought they were going to roll the dice, and maybe this dude almost had 30 points last night. I'm like, what if he did their Kuminga? I'm like, what if he does? I told Evan, what if he does this every game? He has more offense than Draymond, but Draymond does a whole, and I know, lot other stuff that Kuminga couldn't even dream of doing. But at the end of the day, what's oh man.
But this is where I'm at, and again,
because Dre's in his way.
Again, this is where you and I have a different philosophy. Unfortunately for me, I do not look at that game last night, and any of my opinion about Kuminga changes. Like, it's great that we come in here today and say, Kuminga got 20-something, and Pajemski looks great. They lost by 20. So, and you know what? I look across the court, and those guys are young as hell, too. So, our young players are a little younger than their young players, but they ain't as good. So, like, this is the
But Moody and, again,
Moody?
I'm about to tell you, a 7th and 11th pick for Moody and Kuminga, Warrior fans shouldn't have to apologize for expecting these dudes to be ready to make major contributions. That's all I'm saying.
Do you like Moody or not?
These dudes weren't second round or come out to the D League. These dudes were drafted with high picks.
Again, don't yell about it. You should have acknowledged for the last 2 years that these guys weren't the guys. Because if you wanted to come out and say, this is a 7 and 13. It was a 13, I think. Doesn't matter. 7 and 13. Well, then, yeah, they haven't had a good 2 or 3 years.
Yeah. But where this team is at as a whole, with them getting older naturally, this would have been a perfect opportunity for them to show that growth. If it was perfect, Steiny, and you'd be like, we're okay. We don't need the heavy lifting. Now the heavy lifting to me is my one dude who's currently hurt.
Here's another thing that
get you mad.
I don't know about mad, but it makes me feel like you don't get, not you.
Yeah.
Okay. I know people think that I don't like the big three or the core. Listen.
You don't hear.
Listen, but here's what people don't understand. Draymond Green, Steph Curry, and Klay Thompson are championship players that know what it takes to win a title. How did they get there? It took 12 years. It took Curry getting hurt for 3 years. It took them coming together after Mark Jackson got fired. They developed a style, and they became champions. The difference between a champion, not just a player, a champion, and a guy like Kuminga and Pajemski, it's a chasm. So you can tell me you want to see more Kuminga, and you can tell me you want to see more Pajemski, and I can even agree with you. But we ain't winning a title. We can't, because that's not the way it works with those kind of guys. Jonathan Kuminga's not going to be he cannot play 25 minutes on a championship team. Do you think he can?
No.
Okay.
But I think they hoped he could.
Of course they did. Sure.
Right.
And you know what? Everybody hopes the guy they draft is going to be great. Warriors, they didn't know Draymond Green was going to be this good from the second round. He was. Well, Wiseman, they drafted second. Can't play.
Man, oh, man.
Halliburton fell in the draft. Hell of a player. Yeah. You know what? There's nothing wrong with drafting a solid role player. Now, maybe you want more than that at 7, but I know people are going to think I'm making fun, but I'm not. I think Kuminga has at least shown that he can be a rotation player in the NBA. I know that's not enough,
right,
but that's something. Okay. Yeah. That's something. All right, 888-95. Let's go to
who we got?
Let's go to Ray in San Ramon. Ray in San Ramon.
What's up, guys? How you doing?
Hey.
Hey, yeah, my buddy Pete in San Ramon said Guy Santos is the answer. I'm not sure about that one, but it's okay. I just wanted to let you guys know there's 3 names that I got for Mr. Dunleavy that I'm hoping he's kind of looking at. I like DeRozan, Vucevic over there in Chicago.
My guy.
Yeah, Paul George, maybe the Clippers. That'd be awesome, maybe.
Oh, sure.
Wishful thinking. But one thing I did want to mention was when I see Damian Lillard have 17 assists, Halliburton have 15 assists, they're getting their guys like great shots, not good shots, because they have the ability to create, not turn over. So, I mean, I know we can't really ask Steph to do more than what he's doing already, but I would love to see Steph get 12 to 13 dimes a night, along with Chris Paul, maybe 10 assists a night. I mean, maybe that'll up the scoring and give it more balanced attack.
It would.
You guys tell me what you think.
No, I appreciate
oh,
the call.
my God. That's what, 24 assists between the two? I mean, this team can't hit the side of a barn.
Hey, John, you like Bubacek in Chicago?
I like him. I'll give you a 3. Shout out Dolly Parton.
You know what else is? He said Paul George. And I know, whatever.
They're going to be all right.
Well, first of all, they're not. But here's the point.
I sense a bet.
Here's where you got to be careful throwing names around because, and you don't want to become the Clippers. You don't want to become the Nets from a couple years ago. And you don't, as far as I'm concerned, you don't want to become a team that is just wishing. That's all they're doing. All the Clippers are doing is wishing right now that something's going to fall into place.
Well, a couple years ago, they were in the Western Conference Finals. I'm just, like, when you say wishing.
How long ago, Goo?
Yeah, no, but health messed them up. And you could go
okay, so all right.
Yeah. And Brooklyn.
You want to go out and get a guy like Harden?
See, and that, I hear you.
Seriously, that's what they did.
And I would have been.
I don't want to do that if I'm the Warriors.
But this is what I'm saying about that. At least you went to breakfast or woke up or went to bed one night when Harden, Kyrie, and KD were together, Steiny, and said,
"That's great.
We got the effing best basketball team on paper."
No, you had nothing.
Well, you thought you had.
No,
something.
you didn't.
Why would you go do it?
Because you need pieces that fit.
Oh, right.
How are the Clippers going to win when Kawhi? Well, what do you mean? No, you just said they were.
I was using Brooklyn.
How are the Clippers going to win it all when Kawhi needs the ball?
Okay.
When Harden needs the ball, and when Paul George is pretty good with the ball.
Okay. Those are 3 smart.
The first guy who could. No, they're not.
Yeah,
I did. Okay. I'm out.
Well, what about Ty
I don't want to
Lue?
talk about Clippers.
All right. What about Ty? We are. What about Ty Lue?
I don't think they're going anywhere.
You don't think they can fix it?
I don't think they're going anywhere.
Well,
let me see.
Okay.
If
they're going to the play, you ain't saying not playoffs because that's why I was going to make the bet.
I mean, they're closer to not making the playoffs than being a championship team.
It's early.
Than being a championship. I don't think they have any chance of winning a championship.
And you might be right. I was saying I didn't know if you had them where they ain't making the playoffs.
Who cares? You have them as a title contender. I don't.
I'm watching.
Like, their 3 of their 4 best players must have the ball in their hand or they're not at their best. So, by nature, they're always going to have a guy or two on the floor who's not playing to his potential because he ain't playing the way he wants. I'll tell you what. Mark me down right now, everybody. We cannot, and I say we as a Warrior fan, we cannot go down the road where we're hunting a disgruntled, aging superstar because we think the guy might be the panacea. No, I am so out on anything like that. I wouldn't give up Pajemski for a James Harden right now.